Hi, everyone. Thanks for showing up at the weekly Team Fireball call. This is the week of Thanksgiving. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. We do this for you. We don't do this for ourselves. So you being here or watching the replay, that's why we're doing it. That's what it's all about. So so glad you could make it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kristi Simpson. I'm a Pro 5 and under Alice. And I'm so excited to share this stuff tonight with you because I have gotten very, very passionate about training, getting training. And it's so important. It's like this huge, in the pie chart of this business, it's like half, it's like this huge chunk that you got to keep plugged in. If you don't stay plugged in and you don't get the training, it's really hard to get anywhere. So, but first, before I get into all that, I got a couple of announcements that were on the Team Global Aloha call earlier today. And first is on Wednesday, there will be no heart-to-heart due to scheduling oversight on Daisy's part. And she was so apologetic. She was like, I'm so sorry, you guys, it was my fault. And we were like, it's all good. Everybody screws up. Besides, it's right before Thanksgiving, so we're fine. We can share replays. So if you want to share a replay, they're talking about it on WhatsApp and they're talking about, hey, what is your favorite? So check that out. And if you don't know where to find them and you're not on the WhatsApp, message one of us and we'll send you the playlist that's on YouTube. So Beth Butler, who is from corporate, she was on the TGA call earlier today, giving us some updates, and I was just going to try to cover those really fast. She wanted everybody to be reminded that of the friends and family coupon, that when you sign up a customer, tell them right away how to find their unique link. It's at the very bottom of their front page on the LifeVantage website, and it's a little blue button at the bottom, and it says your unique link. And so they have to have their LifeVantage ID to plug in to get that. But if you need any help with learning how to do that, reach out to one of us. We'll be happy to walk you through it. Next is Big Blue Calendar. If you don't know what it is, it's in your back office. It's on the right side, and it's like in one of those little links, like with events and stuff like that. So they're really trying to get it back up and running. It was running when we joined, and it used to be all the live events in your area you could look up. Check it out. They're trying to get it back up and running because it was slowed down due to COVID. And now they're trying to include not just live events, but also the virtual events and have them listed and how to get in on those too. So that's a really good resource. Legacy Donation Week. So they are doing, you might have gotten an email about it. So if you have and you've already read it, disregard this. But for those of you who haven't seen it, from today, the 22nd, through December 6th, for every facial cleanser, anti-aging cream, body wash, body lotion, and hand cream that you buy in that amount of time, they will send a copy, a duplicate of your order to a women's homeless shelter in Orlando. Now, Orlando is where we're having our next Elite Academy, and they always do something that is helpful for that community. That's part of the legacy. That's what legacy is about, is giving back to the communities. And for the order that you put in, you get free shipping, no matter how much it is. So that's another little bonus too. But that's just the coolest thing. Yeah, Alice, I love that. It's, homeless women, they want body care stuff too. So I love that. I love what our company does. Okay, so the concept of training, you guys, for the first time ever, I typed up everything I want to cover tonight. So I'm going to try to stick to this because there's so much good information that I've gotten between Tara Wilson's presentation on LVA on Saturday and these new neuro tools that we're using. If you haven't checked out the neuro tool, it's the ICANN Institute app and website, and I highly recommend checking it out because there's a couple of the neuro tools that are available for free. You don't have to pay for, and that's how I started with it. I checked it out. I used the Rise and Thrive neuro tool, and I was so blown away. It was just really powerful, so that I signed up for their little Escape the Ordinary virtual event that was 2.5 days. It was a couple weeks ago. And after that, I signed up for the gold. I got the gold pack because it's 50% off with Daisy's little code, Daisy50. And I'm continuously blown away by it. I was really busy the weekend of Escape the Ordinary, and it's still available, for 30 days afterwards. So I'm going through it very slowly. I've got stuff to do. I don't know about y'all, but I've been going through it very slowly, and it has really been fabulous. Between thank you, Allison, the ICANNinstitute.com. It's really fabulous. Anyway, so the LVA on Saturday, Tara Wilson was fire, and I took little bits here and there and put together, why do we need training? To answer that question, why do we need training? We've got this business, and it's kind of like having to go back to school and relearn a new career. And yeah, that's what it is. And it's not just learning a new career, it's this crap right here, your mindset. If you are like me and you are in an employee mindset, that's what you've been trained to do over the course of your life. And especially as old as I was when I started this, I had a lot of reprogramming to do, and I have struggled really hard. Yeah, I made Pro 5, but it has been a struggle for me. And so if it's a struggle for you, check into all the training that's available, and especially the neuro tools. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep harping on that, but the neuro tools have been really, really phenomenal for me. I have decades of baggage, decades of negative thinking, and decades of crappy programming that I've just got to shed. And it's not easy. Even with the neuro tools, it's not easy because you still have to face your own crap, your own baggage, and you have to get through that. And if you want to be a warrior, the best person to be a warrior for is you. Put on that armor and do what you got to do to punch through. If you have to break, it's good because you get to the other side. It doesn't kill you. Have you seen the bumper sticker that says, "But did you die?" That's like really good. But did you die? So when you signed up in this business, one of the first things that your upline probably told you was, you've got to stay plugged in. What does that mean? It means that you've got to, come to these calls. You've got to download the LifeVantage app. You've got to do the ITT. You've got to attend the events. You've got to, well, why? And a few years ago, I had one person ask me, I'm not going to say who it was, said, why do we have to keep going to all these LVAs? They just say the same thing over and over and over again. And at the time, I didn't have an answer, but now I do. I mean, I have 11 of them, 11 answers as to why we've got to. Yes, they say the same thing over and over again, sort of. But hearing the same thing from a different person each time, new things stick. New things are aha moments, new nuggets that you might have heard 6 months ago, but it didn't stick. Suddenly it's like, whoa, that is huge. I got to write that down. I mean, you may have written it down 6 months ago, but it didn't have that effect on you. And number two, that was number one. Number two is you will resonate with one person more than another. That's right, Allison. It's all about the timing in us. But it's also about resonating with a given human being that's presenting the information. Like, I know we've all been to a presentation that was a little bit lackluster, but for the person sitting next to you, it was like phenomenal. And you're like, okay. And then the next time it's a phenomenal for you and it's lackluster for them. So then that too is timing in us. Number three, we all have baggage. We have to hear things multiple times for the new information to stick. And that's, again, I was going to mention the neuro tools, because it's the same thing over and over and over again to get it to stick in your freaking thick head. Like, if you got a thick head like I do, I am dense, you guys. I am dense. I don't want to hear it. So I have to make myself hear it again and again and again. And I don't think I'm the only one, because otherwise the neuro tools wouldn't exist. And number four, something you hear in January won't help you, but you hear the same thing 6 months later and it's huge and it makes that light bulb go off. Timing, you've got to expose yourself to good stuff all the time. So like you said, Allison, it's all timing. It is all about where you are in your journey. And Alice, you're right. Repetition is the mother of all skill. Exactly. Repeat, repeat, repeat. How many people do you know can learn something after being taught it one time? I sure can't. I don't know anybody. Maybe Einstein could have, if it was mathematical. But when it comes to dealing with people, it's a totally different animal. It is not like something that you can just grab. Number five, you have so many negative thoughts every day. You need as much positive input as you can get. Again, NeuroTools. It is positive reprogramming of your brain. Phenomenal. Did I say phenomenal already? It's phenomenal, you guys. Number six, I had to look this up. So here's a quote of the forgetting curve. Research on the forgetting curve shows that within 1 hour, people will have forgotten an average of 50% of new information presented. Within 24 hours, they have forgotten an average of 70%. Within a week, they have forgotten an average of 90%. Repetition is key. Putting it back in your brain later, putting it back in your brain later after that, you've got to see it again and again and again, hear it again and again and again. Number seven, this one is huge, you guys. Yeah, Alice, I didn't remember those numbers either. That's why I had to look it up. Number seven, and this one, I swear to you, is huge. If you want a team, if you want to be going anywhere with this business, and why else would you have signed up, right? You are leading by example. Your team will not do it if you don't. If you don't show up, the people that you have pulled into this business, they won't show up either. They'll be like, well, it's not important to you. Why should it be important to me? And Tara Wilson said on Saturday, the hardest person to lead is yourself. You've got to show up for yourself. You have to lead yourself. And yeah, you're the hardest person because it's your business. You're the boss. And that's what makes it hard, is because you're the boss. So you can totally screw around and not do what you're supposed to be doing. From Jenny. Like Jenny's typing in the chat, but if you notice, her name says Allison Carnes, but it's Jenny, you guys, I promise. Okay, number 8. Tara Wilson said on Saturday, want to get an edge? Get an education. She has read every word on the website more than once. She watches the LifeVantage Labs on YouTube. And when she said that, I was writing it down. I was like, oh, I think I've only watched one. And that was a long time ago. Oh my goodness. So I wrote it down. I was like, go watch the LifeVantage Labs. So if you don't know, on YouTube, just search LifeVantage Labs. And there is a host of great videos about the science of our company and the quality assurance and how certain products were formulated and were put together. So if you want to know more, dive deep. There's a good resource. And she educates herself daily. She says that she's a total nerd. And she was listing some of the books that she reads, and holy cow, it was a long list. If you want any of those titles, reach out to me. I'll totally share them with you. She says, increase your value, increase your income. By increasing your value, you increase your income. And your value, she means education. Keep learning, learn more, learn more, learn more. Number 9, there is no way to get all you need in this business to do well in one training session. You need to keep putting the good stuff into your brain to keep getting better. And let me tell you, you guys, it's going on 6 years that I've been in LifeVantage, and every single event, every single speaker, I learned something new. There's always one nugget or more. And let me tell you, on Saturday, the number of nuggets I got from Tara Wilson, I have 3 pages of notes. And I was trying not to write down everything. I was trying to absorb, but she had so many good things. It was phenomenal, but there's always something more to learn. You just have to have the right mindset. You have to tell yourself, okay, I'm approaching this with wanting to learn. I'm approaching this with knowing that I need to grow. And in order for me to grow, I have to get uncomfortable and I have to learn and I have to take the notes and show up. Okay, so number 10, I have this little picture that I think I have this picture that I wrote down. Actually, it was Tara Wilson's picture that she did it on a whiteboard. And she's talking about when you first start in this business, that you can only see so far. Like only, in regular life, you can only see so far in front of you. There's always a limit to your sight distance. And what she was talking about was the number of people that she knew. She said, I thought, there's no way I can really do this. I don't know that many people. How many times have you heard that from people when you are talking to them about this business? And they're like, I really don't know that many people. Well, Tara Wilson didn't. And y'all, she's a pro 9. She wrote this up on the whiteboard. similar to this. And here's her starting her business. And the little lines are the people that she can see. This line is her sight distance. She couldn't see all these people that she was going to meet in the future. And she said, these people, none of them were builders. She got a couple of them to sign up as customers, maybe one as a distributor, but none of them did anything. It was all of these people that she met further down the line that became her builders and really made the difference in her business. And I swear to you, this is a lot like knowledge. When you start, you don't have knowledge. It's when you start going down the path, down this tunnel, you go past where you could see before, you keep going one foot in front of the other, you keep learning, you keep taking the notes, you keep showing up. And you have no idea how far you can get. Just to get a little bit vulnerable here. When I started, I saw the vision, I saw what this product was, but I did not have any confidence in myself at all. I was such an introvert and I was such a nerd that I was terrified to even talk to people. The only people I talked to were my family. And it was like that for a year. I just started going down the path of personal development and very slowly here and there talking to people. And like Jennifer Alice Murray said on stage at Global, y'all, I suck at this. 6 years later almost, and I still suck at this. But I hit Pro 5. I'm not at Pro 5 right now. I'm not paid as Pro 5 right now. I'm Pro 4. But if I can get there, you can too. All of you can. And you can get further because you know what? I'm not giving up. And I'm never quitting this. I'm going to keep fighting and fighting myself until I get better. And that's just because I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn. I don't want to quit. But I still have the vision. I had the vision of where I can be if Jennifer Alice Murray can get up on stage as an elite Pro 7 and say, y'all, I'm not really good at this. You know what? I can too. And that's another reason to go to events, because you guys, that one sentence that she said on stage is going to stick with me for the rest of my life, because that hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, yeah, I'm not very good at it either. Can I be Pro 7 Jam? Alice, I love Jam too. You guys, she's awesome. She's like the most laid back. I swear sometimes, don't tell anybody this, but I swear sometimes I think she's just high. She's just like, dude, it's all cool. I love it to pieces. Anyway, all right, number 11. And this one I added on today because Alice at her normal state. She's in normal state. She's all like, yeah, it's so cool. I got this today from Mindset Monday with Deb. That's the ICANN system lady. And she said something phenomenal. She said, not following the system is the number 2 reason why network marketers fail. So number 11 is, it's part of the system to get training. It's part of the system to go to events. It's part of the system to get plugged in and stay plugged in. And if you're curious, I was curious. Number one reason why network marketers fail is mindset. They don't have the right mindset. So that's why come hell or high water, I'm getting the right mindset. I don't care what it takes. I don't care if I have to beat myself like a forging a sword. I'm gonna get there. And that's all of them. 1 to 11. All of the reasons why you have to get training. You have to continue training. You have to do it. Period. It is not negotiable, or you'll fail. That's just all there is to it. So if anybody has input, I totally invite you. We have 3 minutes that we can talk, discuss amongst yourselves. Is there anything that I forgot that y'all can think of? Alice, you're so funny. Allison, did I forget anything?
I can think of something. The big, like one of the really important things, the important reasons why you should go to events and training is for the community. Because I feel like doing it together, even if you're just showing up to a Zoom or showing up to a live event, I think that's so important in staying motivated, because you can't, it's so hard to do it alone.
That is a good one, Alice, and that's so true. Even with having the WhatsApp group for this new NeuroTools class, we've been sharing on there about breakthroughs and getting pretty vulnerable. And it's really built a camaraderie. And I feel like I've gotten to know some of these cross-line teammates a whole lot better because of that. So yeah, you're right. It's being part of that tribe, being the team. It's so true. Allison, you got anything?
I think that was an amazing call. I think you covered it. I mean, you know, I was just thinking, like, in my brain where you're talking about, you know, the repetition and how it's just, as you go on this journey, you're constantly evolving. And so, you know, even if there's a month or 2 months between the trainings, like your mind is going to hone in on those things that you're actually going through at that stage of your journey, which will be totally different than maybe 2 months or 3 months prior to that. So, you know, that's what I always find really amazing, is just the different things that I may have heard it, but all of a sudden now it clicks, like you said, you know, because that's where I'm at in the stage of things. And so, yeah, I mean, they're so important. And I think that, promoting events too, like I've heard, you know, from the top network marketers, that you really need to be a good promoter to getting people to them. And I think sometimes, like, I don't do that enough, like, you know, getting that out soon enough. And all of a sudden it's like kind of last minute. And I'm like, oh, shoot, this is coming up, you know? And so I think just also kind of getting the team really excited, like ahead of time, you know, to make sure to go and really promote and really make it, like you said today, just so vital. Like, you have this, it's like a non-negotiable, you know, if you want to be successful. So, but no, I thought you did a great Disney World. Yeah, there you go. I thought you did a great job with it. Thank you.
Thanks. And yeah, that would be a great team building exercise. Create some
Disney
FOMO.
World.
Let's go to Disney World for team building. Oh, all right, you guys. Thanks so much, and love all of y'all, and we'll see you next week.